Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing a beautiful wedding themed card. It could really be for any occasion, but I'm calling it a wedding card that features both Betterpress letterpress technique along with hot foiling. And I'm going to be using the new Dainty Floral frame press plate from Pinkfresh Studio to create my card today. At least that's the focal point. So I'm starting out with my Betterpress platform, and I like to kind of tape this little magnetic mat into place. That way, if I have to kind of repress something, my little magnetic plate isn't shifting around. I find I get better results. So I've positioned that onto the center portion of my Betterpress platform, and now I'm adhering some hammer mill smooth white cardstock onto the platen of my Betterpress system. Then I'm going to start inking up my press plate. So I'm starting out with some Cherry Blossom ink from Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm going to do kind of an ombre effect. So I'm going to be using Cherry Blossom, Peony, and Peach Fuzz to ink up this press plate. Now, the thing that I love about press plates is that you can actually use them for both Betterpress letterpress techniques as well as hot foil, and they give great results. Now, today I've chosen hammer mill cardstock instead of my standard Betterpress cotton cardstock because I am going to be doing some hot foiling on this, and this is a much smoother cardstock. If you were to use a cotton cardstock for this technique, you would not get as great of results when you come to the actual hot foiling portion. So that's why I choose to use hammer mill cardstock for today's card. Now, once I have my press plate inked up, I'm going to place the platen, which is that clear plate, onto the magnetic feet of the chase, which is that base portion of the Betterpress system. I'm going to run that through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 machine. This Betterpress is compatible with other die cut machines, but the Spellbinders Platinum is compatible with both my Glimmer hot foil system and my Betterpress. Now I'm looking at this and I did want to add a little more ink in certain areas. So I've left the magnetic plate in my Betterpress exactly where it is. I've left my press plate exactly where it is. And I've re-inked my plate in the areas where I wanted more color, replaced the platen again, ran that through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 machine, and then I was able to repress in those areas. Now, when you're using a hammer mill cardstock instead of the cotton cardstock that is recommended for the Betterpress, you're going to get more of a stamped impression than you are like a pressed, truly letterpress impression. So now it is time for the hot foil, and for this I am using the new nested elongated ovals from Pinkfresh Studio, and I am creating a hinge with my tape along the right side of this nested oval. This is designed to work perfectly with this Dainty Floral frame, and so it makes a great combination. Now, once I have that taped where I want it, I'm going to flip it open. I'm going to put my foil underneath that press plate, and then I'm going to flip my press plate back into place. Now, sometimes this can be a little tricky because we're used to placing the foil on the plate while it's on our Glimmer hot foil system. Just keep in mind that you want the pretty side of your foil to touch the pattern of your press plate. Now I went ahead and heated that, I set the timer, I placed on the shims, and then I ran that through my Spellbinders Platinum 6 machine, and that pressed my foil onto the cardstock right in the opening of that Dainty Floral frame. And I think this is so beautiful. I cannot wait to use these nested elongated ovals on other projects because I think it's such a beautiful, classic yet modern design. So now I'm grabbing the coordinating dies that coordinate with those nested elongated ovals, and I'm taping it into place. I'm making sure that I don't overlap the foil with my tape. And then I ran that through my die cut machine, and you can see I've created a beautiful oval window on my card front. I also then used an A2 rectangle die to die cut this down to the perfect size for my card. Now, I decided that I wanted to use one of the Here For You sentiments on this card that I created in yesterday's video tutorial. I'm using new products from Pinkfresh Studio, and I also created a video yesterday featuring some of these same products. In that video, I created several sentiments, hot foiled sentiments, using the new Here For You press plate set, and I die cut them with the coordinating dies. So here I'm just kind of figuring out which sentiment that I want to use, and I decided on Best Wishes. I thought this was something I could use for a wedding shower or even a wedding itself. And so I went ahead and set that aside. And then I used my basic banner die to create some banners to go behind that sentiment. I love this die set. I use it on so many card projects. It's absolutely a staple for me. Now for the window, I went ahead and used the elongated oval die set to die cut a piece of dark green. This is actually rainforest cardstock. And I am going to use this new press plate from Pinkfresh Studio. I totally forget the name, but it will be linked in the description below, to press a floral design onto this green oval. So to ink up my press plate, this time I'm using some white pigment ink. This is Calico white ink from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm inking up my press plate and then placing the platen over the magnetic feet of the chase, running that through my Spellbinders Platinum 6, and I decided I wanted that white to be more intense. So once again, I'm inking up the press plate, and I will repeat this process. And because I have that magnetic shim kind of secured in place with a piece of tape along the bottom, I find that I don't get any shifting, and I'm able to press and repress designs as needed. Now for the sentiment, I also die cut a banner from some vellum, and I'm adhering the sentiment to the vellum banner using some foam adhesive, and then I'm going to stack that on top of this bright pink banner, but I'm going to allow a little bit of an offset on this so that you get a little bit of that pink kind of showing through along the top and side. And then I'll adhere that again with foam adhesive to this frame that I've created. Now on the back side of my card front that I'm working on here, I've also added some foam adhesive. And so I'm going to remove the backer of the foam adhesive, and then I'm going to place this right over that pressed oval that I created. I think this is a beautiful, striking contrast. And I love the fact that this could be a shaker card, a window card, whatever you want to make it, or you could even leave that oval not die cut in the center and put another element in the center of the card front. So now that I have this assembled, I'm going to go ahead and add my card front to an A2 card base that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. This is popped up, but keep in mind, if you don't want that dimension, you could absolutely place this on with some tape runner adhesive as well. And I think I'm talking to someone here, which is why I pointed in that direction. So now to finish off the card, I'm going to use some champagne metallic pearls from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm adding them on with some liquid glue, and I'm using my dual-tipped embellishment tool to help me pick those up and place them in the perfect spot to finish off this card. So there you have it, a card that combines Betterpress letterpress techniques with hot foiling and featuring some brand new products from Pinkfresh Studio. These products are now available over in the Pinkfresh Studio shop, and today over on Instagram, we're celebrating this release with an Instagram hop. So if you want to check out more inspiration and enter to win prizes, be sure to join me over there. I'll have a link in the YouTube description below. Now, as always, I will include links to the featured products used in this project in this description below at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there, or head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. I'll have a link to my blog below. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. As always, I want to say thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on YouTube so you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.